We are the calm,
the storm, the whimsy,
and you're listening to Rooted, the podcast where we dive deep into stories, teachings, and insights that help us grow stronger from the inside out.
Each episode will explore different books, studies, and perspectives that nourish our minds and hearts, grounding us in purpose and truth.
Whether you're new to your journey of faith or looking to deepen your understanding, we're here to encourage, challenge, and inspire you to stay rooted in what truly matters.
In the upcoming weeks, we will be diving into the book of Esther. In a world filled with upheaval, trials, and trouble of various kinds, you might find yourself asking, God, where are you? If that's you, then perhaps the story of Esther is for such a time as this.
Join us as we explore how God is always working behind the scenes, even when we don't see him. Learn to recognize his miracles, big and small, and discover how his presence and purpose unfold in the most unexpected moments.
Come and see how, just like Esther, you too can trust that God's plan is at work, even in the midst of chaos.
All right, so we are starting day 1 of Esther, and we are just going to do day 1 and 2 on this episode because we just want to do the one chapter. I don't know if I told you guys this, but Carmen goes, "Oh, Esther, for your first one, that is a brave choice."
She said that? Oh, no.
Yes. So I think she just thinks there's probably more simple ones, but I really loved Esther. I like that book of the
Esther
Bible
too.
So anyway, I'm just throwing that out there.
Cool. It's probably just because she's like,
Here
you're going
we
to have to read all these names. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. You could have picked an easier one than that.
Yes. So one thing that Kelly taught us that we're going to teach you is that when we read big names, if you say it faster, nobody knows if it's right or wrong. So either we're going to make up names and you're going to just have to be okay with it, or we're going to read them really fast, okay?
Yep.
And they gave me all the names to read, so that's going to be me.
I got a few up here.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and read this on page 46.
Now, in the days of Ahasuerus, the Ahasuerus who reigned from India to Ethiopia over 127 provinces. In those days when King Ahasuerus sat on his royal throne in Susa, the citadel, in the 3rd year of his reign, he gave a feast for all his officials and servants, the army of Persia and Media, and the nobles and governors of the provinces were before him, while he showed the riches of his royal glory and the splendor and pomp of his greatness for many days, 180 days.
And when these days were completed, the king gave for all the people present in Susa, the citadel, both great and small, a feast lasting for 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace. There were white cotton curtains and violet hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple to silver rods and marble pillars, and also couches of gold and silver on a mosaic pavement of...
Say it fast. Say it fast.
Porphyry, marble, mother of pearl, and precious stones. Drinks were served in golden vessels, vessels of different kinds, and the royal wine was lavished according to the bounty of the king. And drinking was according to the edict. There is no compulsion. For the king had given orders to all the staff of his palace to do as each man desired.
Queen. I can't even say queen, guys, right off the start.
We gave you the really hard one.
Queen Vashti also gave a feast for the women in the place that belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 eunuchs who served in the presence of King Ahasuerus, to bring Queen Vashti before the king with her royal crown, in order to show the peoples and princes her beauty, for she was lovely to look at. But Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's command delivered by the eunuchs. At this, the king became enraged and his anger burned within him. I feel like I did pretty good. Actually,
really good.
Even though some of the names were a little weird.
My kids will be glad I didn't decide, hey, I like carcass. My name is carcass.
Or Harbona.
Oh my, there was another one that made me laugh. Bigatha? Wow. All right, I didn't even write the observation of the crazy names.
I did not either.
I didn't either.
But we sure observed it just now.
I think that when I was reading them, I just kind of looked them over.
Yeah, I think I did too. Yep.
All right, so observations. Okay, before we do this, though, I have to tell you, Isley has been reading on her own the Bible a lot. Mm-hmm. And she'll like screenshot stuff to me and send it. And she's like, Mom, I did not realize how unhinged the Bible is. Like, this is crazy. Her mind is blown. And I think Esther is a little unhinged.
It's a little unhinged.
Yeah. So
I think we'll find out all of the things.
Yeah. All right. Observations.
It's unhinged.
It is unhinged.
Observed.
This man is quite full of himself.
Yeah.
But I mean, I kind of wish that I was a man and worked for him, because he's like, every man for themselves, just do whatever you desire for 180 days. Talk about a vacation. Did they get to do that for 180 days? Just whatever the heck they wanted?
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, that's what it says, right?
Dang.
So
the decorations stuck out to me.
Yes.
They were very specific about those decorations.
And what they drank out of, like golden vessels.
Mm-hmm.
The violet rod, like with the silver rods. Like, I could just picture it kind of being a very lavish, like, wealthy palace. Like, I'm just processing that.
So that word that you didn't really know how to pronounce.
Yes.
The porphyr, whatever it
is.
It's a rock that contains crystals, usually a fine grained, typical reddish brown ground mass. I don't know what I wrote last, but it's some kind of hard rock.
It's a hard rock. So it's
got crystals.
Like
it's your kind of rock.
a
crystal, gone crystal.
Right? That's exactly what I do with that kind of rock.
Yeah. I did write down that they were merry with wine.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down that this was the 3rd year of his reign.
Mm-hmm.
So he hadn't really been reigning very long. But man, was he all about himself.
Yeah.
His name means ruler among kings.
Where'd you see that?
Well, I looked it up.
I wrote where India to Ethiopia is where he reigned. And who is about king.
And it was 127 different provinces.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy.
And then I also wrote he wanted to show off the queen. She said no. He got mad.
So if you weren't his staff, you only got 7 days? A 7-day feast.
If you weren't his staff?
There was a smaller feast for the people of Susa that lasted 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was the governors and the governors of the provinces. So of those 127 provinces, the governors of those were the ones who got to do the 180-day feast.
What if you just missed that cutoff and you're like, dang, I only get 7. I could have had 170, whatever.
Why do I only get 7?
173
Am I not good enough to have all of those extra days?
And Queen Vashti means goodness, best, or excellent.
And that she also gave a feast to the women.
Mm-hmm.
And what a punk. I mean, really? I'm trashed. Hey, bring out my eye candy to show off to all the men here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It is yucky.
I kind of like it.
What?
The part where she says no.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm like,
the nasty part.
We were like, wow, you want to be, you're like, I would have been out there. Queen Vashti mean?
Goodness, best, excellent.
Nice.
No, I was just saying
I get that now,
like,
yeah.
I like that she said no.
Yeah.
I also kind of like, we'll talk about this in the next part, so I won't say it now, but I really liked it. I liked that she said no.
Mm-hmm.
You guys.
What?
I mean, these poor eunuchs. It's like, hey, dude, you can hang with these women, but you're castrated, so you can hang with all the beauties, but your balls are gone. Sorry. Wow. That's true.
I thought I was going to be the one that brought up the eunuch.
And we brought it up before. Didn't you say a long time ago on
the wrong guy.
episode, you brought up the wrong guy?
Enoch. I said,
and you said Enoch the eunuch?
Yeah. I said, does that mean he doesn't have those? You guys were like, no.
But that says, so it says here, a male person typically unable to produce due to being castrated, but also at birth or choice. So
choice.
Or choice. Why? What's the choice?
Like, hey, dude,
that?
I want to party for 180 days, so just take them off. Like, what? I don't know, but why would you choose that?
I mean, what would the choice be? Like, why?
It's like, we're either going to chop off your head or your balls.
Take the balls.
I can't believe this isn't me right now.
I just can't.
I can't believe it's her.
I can't either.
I can't either, but I am just dumbfounded by this whole
Bible
thing.
is unhinged, and so is Kelly. So
Queen Vashti's like, leave me with the eunuchs, please.
Right? She's like, I'm safe. I'm safe with the eunuchs.
Well, I did right because they were sent to fetch the queen. Like, why? Because there's no threat.
Okay, so I was kind of angry about that too.
Wait.
So I was gonna say I didn't think of the eunuchs, but the eunuchs were safe, probably.
Yeah,
they could go. That's why he has all of them around him as his advisors, because they're safe. They won't take part in his women.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are they? I thought it said the 7 princes that were his advisors.
Princes?
Am I making that up?
And they guard the women, right? The eunuchs?
Yeah. 7 nobles. So I don't think those were the same people.
Well, I think that they... Oh.
So it's these people and 7 eunuchs.
Yeah.
This whole list's like the...
I gotcha.
Yeah. So I wondered if the eunuchs were in the situation they're in because of what you just said. Like, they can go fetch the women because there's nothing to worry about.
I think that is the reason.
Poor guys.
I think that they want to work for the king. And so in order to work for the king, they have to be castrated.
Oh, gosh. So that's the choice.
That's the choice.
No thanks.
Work for the king because it's a status quo.
And you get to party for... Do they get to party for 180 days? Or do they get 7?
No, I think they were
they're
around for it, yeah.
Because they're like with him.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Kelly said, no thanks. You don't have to worry about getting castrated. You're good.
Don't worry. So he sends these 7 eunuchs to fetch his queen.
Yep.
He's drunk. And I would be mad. Like, if you want me to come and parade me, then you come and get me.
Yeah.
Like, why are you sending these people to get me?
And what was his end game? Was it just to look at her? Or was it say, hey, here's my lady?
Yeah.
What was the end game? That's the question. And did she know that he was full of wine, and so this was going to be a bad situation for her?
Yeah. So the Hebrew word for feast, it says a drinking feast. So they literally for 180 days, like, that's what they did.
They should just be dead then. I mean...
Well, and I wrote, like, these feasts that they had with these drinking party, basically like a rager that you have, is just to display your immense power and wealth that you have. Like, that's all it is.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I read this before, but I didn't realize what a eunuch was until just now. Because I'm like, what does that mean? What? So
How?
I don't
We've
think
talked
I
about
knew
it so
that.
many times.
Did I?
I
know
mean,
this? I mean,
I don't think we talked about it in the same kind of depth.
Okay.
Just as you just did in our other study.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that like with Mimi and Stephanie and everybody.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll listen and hear that though.
oh my gosh.
So I wrote, when the queen said no, it was an insult to his power. People are totally judging him now. But like, ew. I wrote, ew, king. Ew.
Yeah.
Not okay. Not okay. Who wants to go out to you and your friends in a bunch of drunken craziness because you're pretty? No, thank you.
And I wrote here, she showed courage and self-respect for her, which made the drunk king
Angry. Yeah.
angry.
But she was very disobedient in her role.
She was.
But
she
go
was.
Queen Vashti!
I don't know if I'm supposed to be like,
I'm
Queen
sorry.
Vashti, why did you not listen to your king?
I have a question. How many stinking women did he have? Was he running a sex trafficking ring? I'm serious. This is terrible.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
So actually, that's what I was thinking, like her being paraded around in front of a bunch of guys. Like that is what it reminds me of. Yeah.
And she's the prettiest one.
And
what
who's
about the
gonna
one that's
take
not
her
as pretty?
that night? Like who gave enough?
Yeah. And I will say, I read in the commentaries a little bit after I did my study that this was all like a ploy for him to prove like he could afford war and like get the respect of like all of the military people. And so now he looks like he's out of control of his wife. Well, he was out of control.
Right.
So any applications other than
Just keep hanging with eunuchs. I mean, in this situation, she doesn't want to go over there.
an application for yourself. I was like, okay.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, that was not cool.
Let me watch your back.
Don't be prideful.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
I don't want to have like a drunken feast, but 180-day party. Like, have more celebrations. I want to have more celebrations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the drunken kind, though.
No, just get-togethers. Could you imagine? Do they have like 180 days where they're in the same place the whole time?
Oh, yeah, that's maybe too much.
Oh, man.
It could be really fun though. Like tents up, like everybody's just hanging out.
What kind of party are you talking about? No. You want to hang in a tent with the same people? You think you would get sick of them?
Everybody has their tent. Like, I'm just thinking modern day, like,
Yes.
get together.
Can you
for
imagine?
80 days.
Can you imagine?
No. 6 months. 180 days
That's
is
insane.
6 months. 6 months.
I would just get tired of partying and I'd be like, can I just sit with my dog?
I'm not sure I'd get tired.
No,
Oh, I would.
Our husbands would hide.
Our husbands would be
I'd
done.
probably end up hiding with them after the
2
first few days.
Yeah.
Me, Crystal, and Lenny.
Kelly, Chris, and Aaron.
Peace.
I like a good party, but 180 days is a long
That
time.
is a long time.
It is.
We've got too much to do.
Where did they sleep? Was it just like they went home and then they came back to the party?
Right.
the next
That's what I was just
day?
trying to think about.
Were they
Like,
too trashed to even get up and move? Were they like sleeping on the street and in the middle of the town?
Yeah.
Were they that sloppy?
I don't know. They couldn't be for 180 days. There's no way. Just the 7-day people were that sloppy.
7 days you can manage it. 180.
Not so much.
Die.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I don't have an application because I wasn't really sure where I should go with my application.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes my applications are real weird. Just gonna prepare everybody for that now.
Well,
I mean, not as weird as hanging out with eunuchs. My application is just to hang around with the eunuchs.
that's not what I meant.
Kelly once wants to hang with the eunuchs.
I just have to say this. Ain't no Bible study like one with the calm, the storm, and the whimsy.
Man.
Oh, my.
All right, let's read the next day. Day 2, which is on page 49. I'll just read. Then the king... No, I'll tell you when it's your turn.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Gonna tag us out when she gets to the hard words.
Right? It'll be my turn. I'll be like, just read it yourself. It'll be fine.
Then the king said to the wise men who knew the times, for this was the king's procedure toward all who were versed in law and judgment, the men next to him being Karshena, Shether, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marcina, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia, and Media, who saw the king's face and sat first in the kingdom. According to the law, what is to be done to Queen Vashti, because she has not performed the command of King Ahasuerus delivered by the eunuchs. Then Memucan said in the presence of the king and the officials, not only against the king has Queen Vashti done wrong, but also against all the officials and all the peoples who are in the provinces of King Ahasuerus. Go ahead.
For the queen's behavior will be made known to all women, causing them to look at their husbands with contempt, since they will say, King
Ahasuerus.
Ahasuerus.
It's like Lazarus without the L.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what,
Wait.
that's what
Ahasuerus?
we practiced.
Okay, Ahasuerus.
Because we did practice.
We did. Queen Vashti. Please don't. Aaron, please take this all
No,
out.
don't take it out. That's what makes it fun.
Gosh. Vashti, to be brought before him, and she did not come. This very day, the noble woman of Persia and Media
Yep. That's what we're going to call them.
have heard of the queen's behavior will say the same to all the king's officials, and there will be contempt and wrath in plenty. It is, if it please the king, let a royal order go out from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, so that it may not be repealed, that Vashti is never again to come before the king Ahasuerus. And let the king give her royal position to another who is better than she.
So when the decree made by the king is proclaimed throughout all his kingdom, for it is vast, all women will give honor to their husbands, high and low alike. This advice pleased the king and the princes, and the king did as Memucan promised. He sent letters to all the royal provinces, to every province in its own script, and to every people in its own language, and every man be master in his own household, and speak according to the language of his people.
Tell us how you really feel.
FYI, everyone, I cannot pronounce words no matter what they are. I say them wrong all the time. Just giving you the heads up.
So having Kelly cover her face and giggle the whole time we read is not helpful.
No, not at all. Because she says it so much better than we do.
No.
Yes.
You guys have wonderful reading voices. I feel like...
You sounded like you were in a play.
Yeah. The narrator.
Right?
All right, I wrote, he asked the princes what to do.
I put the king has a power trip, but that was falling over from the first day, so I don't know what I was doing.
That's okay. I mean, still, they're deciding what to do. That's a power trip.
I just asked, did Vashti know that this would be the repercussions? She had to know something big was going to happen?
Yeah.
If she just said no, or was she just hoping that he was too wasted to even remember?
Or maybe she was hoping that he'd be like, peace.
Get out.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised he didn't have her killed, honestly.
That's true.
No, you're right. I do think that she knew what was coming, and I think she wanted to say,
Bye-bye.
oh, well.
What if there was...
See you later.
So this was a new law.
Yes.
Okay.
Just
'cause
put
I'm
in.
Because of this.
Because of her.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she wanted out.
So he wouldn't have killed her because she wasn't breaking a law yet, per se. But it was definitely known that you don't do that.
Can I just say, can you imagine if we weren't allowed to tell our husbands no to anything? I would have been canned as queen a long time ago.
Same.
Really? Like, so I am a firm believer of being a submissive wife and having respect for my husband. But this is why people hate talking about submission, because of this kind of example of what it looks like, of what submission and respect looks like. If my husband says to me, come into the living room and prance around in front of all my friends, I'm allowed to say no.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's a
cultural thing, and I get that.
It is a cultural thing, and I feel like it's a disrespect to your wife or your queen to even ask of that. And so that's the difference in, like, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, but in that culture, it didn't matter for her to be respected. It only mattered for him to be respected. So
because queens were no one.
Yeah.
So these guys that show up, they listed all these names, and then they said, who saw the king's face and sat first in the kingdom. So, like, did not a whole lot of people see him? Probably face to face. It's just this small group that he brought in for counsel because they're wise, and they...
Well, that's weird, though, because you're right. That makes sense, but how do you have a 180-day celebration with all these people? Is he not around them?
Probably not.
Oh, he's probably not. He's probably in a specific place, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I wouldn't think that the king would just be like
with everybody,
hanging out.
But it's his workers and like the high council that partied that long, so it's weird.
Yeah.
But he called these, maybe when you have like a conversation, it's very rare to have one with the king. Yeah. And he brought in these people to
tell him what to do, because
I also think that that's the other thing. He can't make up his own law.
Yeah.
Like, really? You have to have a man who makes the decision for you to take her out of her place because, wait, who are you? You're not the king.
He's probably not used to making a ton of decisions. If there's if he's got a whole council, but maybe.
I guess I just picture this. Like, I always think when we do inductive Bible study that, like, the people we're talking about can hear us and see us, like, having a conversation, being like, no, that's not how it happened. Or, like, that's what I always think about. But what I picture is this king and his friends sitting around trashed. He asks for his pretty wife. She says no. They come back and say, sorry, she's not coming. And he throws a little tantrum. Well, what do I do now, guys? What? Like, I'm so mad. What do I do? Like,
I'm calling the 7 princes and get their opinion because I don't have one of my own.
What?
I know. Like, it's just...
Oh, you don't think she should be the queen anymore? All right. Bye.
Okay, so that's okay. She's just not the queen anymore. She's just not your wife anymore.
Weird.
Because she...
didn't want to be around other men.
Around other men and be, like, disrespected.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just the strangest thing to me. The whole situation.
So I wonder, though, what the women thought in all of this. Were they like, heck yeah? Or were they like, oh no, she just caused issues for us in our own household?
Yeah, probably a little bit of both.
Because of the way she acted, because she was in contempt and not listening and disobeying.
Well, and I guess there's a thing, because that would be cultural, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So all of these provinces would know that this was a no.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do this to the king
or your husband.
So you don't do it to your husband, but specifically not to the king. And so were they mad at her too?
Yeah. It just makes me wonder, though, if she had enough experiences leading up to that she's like, no.
True. Could you imagine the chatter, though, between all the women in that area? They're like, yeah, Queen Vashti, we can stand up to our husband. We won't do it. Or they're like, what has she done? What has she done?
Well, and can you imagine what the king and what these advisors were thinking also about the women and how they could get out of control? Mm-hmm. Like, that in itself probably intimidated them more than anything.
For sure.
Because, we are powerful.
Yes, we are.
An army of women. Could you imagine?
Yes, I can actually. Well, I did not. I failed my keywords and cross references this time.
Oh.
All I have is an application left. So what do you got?
Nice. Okay, so I have some keywords. I have contempt. So is disrespect, scorn, and lack of regard. And then I have decree, which was an official order issued by the king or ruler that must be followed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything, Kelly, for keywords?
For keywords, I just have prince, commander, officer of a military unit. So these are like high, like very wise people that they are talking to about advice.
Yeah.
And then I do have a couple cross references. So in Daniel 6:8, it talks about and says, "Now, O king, establish an injunction and sign the document so that it can be changed according to the law, which cannot be repealed." So it was talking about in Daniel putting into order a specific law because of something that was happening in Daniel, which I'm guessing is probably along with the lion's den, like all of those types of things that were happening, the statue, probably not worshiping it, so forth. And then 1 Kings 12:6-8, I didn't write the whole verse out, but it just says, turned to advisors for big decision. That was my words, like turn to advisors for big decisions. So that was another spot where it was talking about in the Bible where kings would consult advisors.
So if the advisors were brought in, were they not a part of the party?
They must not have been.
Let's look at that again. So let's see.
Or were they just brought into like the room to talk to him? Who knows?
Because if they weren't a part of the party, they had to be like, oh gosh, guys, I got a call. The king's toasted. He's freaking out.
So it says here, then the king said to the wise men who knew the times.
So they had to have been the ones that were going to be paraded in front of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those were the guys.
Oh, brother. So they're all
No
involved.
wonder they're mad. No wonder this man is like, we're going to put this decree. This is what you do.
Yes.
Because I didn't get what I want either.
So this is my problem. Like, disrespecting never wins. Like, that's important, but I struggle with this one because I'm like, go Queen Vashti, but that's not really probably what we should be, right? I don't know.
I mean,
Carmen will be like, no, wrong point, wrong point.
I think this is when Carmen would tell us to put on our cultural like glasses and think about the time that they were living in. But it's still for me, like even in that time, she was still a woman, a human, like that was being mistreated. So, I mean,
so would we say that she was standing up for herself?
Yeah.
Or are we saying that she was disobedient?
Yeah.
And so the only person that we can be disobedient to is God.
Yeah.
And culturally, it wasn't respected. Like culturally, she should not have done that.
No.
Yeah.
Because she has no respect for her husband or the king.
Yeah.
But yet.
Yeah, but how? This is Crystal's view.
I know. How do you have respect for someone who has getting trashed and wanting to parade his lovely woman in front of all his friends?
Well, and how many women does he have there? So, like, that's the other thing. She's not the only one.
I don't think that this was God's law or something that God approved of. So I don't think she was disobedient to God personally. She was disobedient to her husband and the culture she was living in.
Yeah.
But not to God.
But I don't think to God. So go Queen Vashti. That's what I say.
But it does show up in the New Testament.
What?
In Ephesians 5.
What?
22 and 24. It says, wives, submit to your husbands, for he is the head of your house.
Yeah. And I agree with that.
I'm just saying, like, it shows up again in the New Testament after Jesus has, like, he was born.
Yeah.
Lived his life, died, and rose again, and it's still there. So I'm like, okay, so we are...
Yeah, but
also, again, it's a culture. It echoes the cultural expectations.
And what submission actually means, I guess.
True submission.
Yeah.
Not disrespect.
Yeah. So that's a whole nother beast, I think. Yeah. So my application actually, though, is to balance submission and respect for my husband, because I think that's important. But I'm allowed to have a voice, and I think it's okay for that. But an application for me would be I probably use my voice more than I submit and have respect for him. Like, it's easier for me to use my voice because I have a loud voice. Mm-hmm. So that would be an application for me, though, is to let him lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
And I also wrote, don't drink and make decisions, because you probably shouldn't make laws while you're trashed. Personally, that's what I would think.
After 180 days, that's a long
And when you're mad,
party.
Drunk and mad, that's dumb.
Yes.
Just saying. Any other applications?
So I just wrote this. It says, when we stand up for ourselves, we sometimes get the wrath of someone unjustly. But who we are is more important. And I need to pay attention to, like, not being the most important. So, like, I need to think about the consequences when I am standing up for myself. Mm-hmm. Am I actually standing up for myself? Or am I unjustly wanting my way?
Okay, yeah. No applications for you? We're still stuck on hanging out with the eunuchs over here.
I don't know. Just
you had so many
give
good
respect
things.
where it's deserved.
Okay, there you
didn't
go.
Deserve the respect, in my opinion. So if you're being super disrespected, and I mean, in that case, just give respect to where it's deserved.
Yeah.
I also we have to think about our culture today.
Yes.
That we're not living in that culture. We're living in this culture. Yes, we have to submit to our husbands. And yes, men have authority in this country and in our families. But that we need to understand who we are and respect, to get that respect. Thank you for listening to a production from Family Simple Media and the CSW Podcast. Follow, like, and subscribe at CSW Podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.